Alright, so this is going to be a commentary and general review of my 114.09 Any NMG rookie world record. It's not actually the world record because B-Dog still has a 113.36 on normal. I plan to switch to normal and then clap it. Maybe sometime in the next week or two. For now, I am pretty happy with this, although on second thought, this run could have been a 113.4x, and you're probably going to see why when I very stupidly lose like 30 seconds on just some like really bad stuff. For context, this is my submission, I guess. I've been running this game for 327, 26 days. So it has now officially been just under 4 weeks. And yeah, so let's get into it. I'm going to be drawing on the screen as we go, so I can highlight some important things. This is what this tool over here is for. Try to ignore it. Oh, it just came back. Whatever, it's okay. Alright, let's get down to business. I'll leave it right here. Hopefully it doesn't bother anybody. Alright. I'm going to highlight certain movements that I do that you want to repeat everywhere you can. For example, one of them is actually right here, which is funny. Right? So, right there, there are two ways this can go. Right? Oh my gosh. That's not good. I'm getting a little bit dizzy. So there are two ways this can go. You can either short hop like this and cause a mantle animation, or you can short hop but not make it too short like that, and then you'll skip the mantle animation and you'll just land. On the blue line, your jump will be a touch longer, but the mantle animation itself takes a good amount of time, and you want to avoid that. So that's why I'd like to do a short hop that's not too long. Just allows me to skip the mantle. Missiling off the ledge and then shooting the first enemy with 2 missiles saves just like 3 frames. No big deal, but it is still a time save and it's pretty comfortable. If you do that though, just remember, like, when you're moving forward and you missile, it's kind of hard to aim at something precise. So try not to hit the rock outcropping. Okay, melee the pinky. This is where I differ from some other runners. Some other runners go left. I like to go right. It's more comfortable. Here you'll see an instance of me doing... So here I make pretty much every effort to not grab ledges if I don't need to. So like there, I'll do a wide swing like this, instead of like this and grab the ledge, because I just don't want to mantle. Not mantling saves a lot of time over the entire run, right? So even there, I canceled my mantle animation by shooting because I knew I was going to have to shoot the Goomba anyway. So that's how I skipped mantling there. That was a pretty clean climb, actually. We just have a lane skip. I remember having a really sad lane skip. Okay. Now we have Cloak Pseudo. I remember getting this in like, what, 6? Yep. 125 door. It's a pretty good corp time, I'd say. Now we're going to go fight corp. Try to run forward at the start so he doesn't do spit first attack, because it makes it kind of hard to hit the head. Here I get headlock, and then I scare my entire family by missing 4 missiles immediately afterward. But it's okay. For those who don't know, if you miss 4 missiles in phase 2 on rookie, you can't miss anymore, or you're going to get soft locked. Or not soft locked, but you're gonna have to do phase 3, which sucks. All right. I would suggest if you're not comfortable with this movement, if you don't do a short mantle here, you're probably going to end up jumping something like this, and then running forward and slide cloaking is going to be hard without triggering the door. So I would suggest taking your time on this door in specific if you're not too comfortable with the movement. Even sometimes, even I walk of shame here. Oh, small movement error. I mantled. Uploading data. Okay. Shoot the door before we go up, so we don't have to wait. Blob time. We have a pretty major Artaria trick coming up called Water Ass. It's really easy if you have cloak. It's really not easy if you have no cloak. In fact, it's one of the hardest tricks in the game at that point. And when I say really easy Water Ass, I mean in relation to cloakless Water Ass. Regular Water Ass is still pretty challenging. It's conceptually difficult to understand. But I end up getting it in first try. I'm going to try to outline how I did that by just explaining exactly how the trick works. Right. Or at least my limited understanding of the trick. So right here is where Water Ass begins, cloak or cloakless. So what you're going to do is you're going to coyote jump like this off somewhat late into the coyote jump, somewhat late into the slide. You're going to coyote, and then once you get to the slope, you press, what is it, B to jump, cloak, and then make sure you're free aiming the entire time. So this is going to have L, and then once you get here, right, it's well, closer to the slope, it's B plus R3, and then once you go back up and you hit the ceiling, you let go of L, right, and then you uncloak, right, and then you respin to the right. Sounds pretty easy. Yeah, take a look. Right? Slope jump, uncloak, respin. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually how Water Ass works. It's literally just how I've always done it. Oh, well, I kind of zoned out. I forgot to explain water plat skip. I'm so sorry. So, water plat skip is actually pretty simple. So, this allows you to, instead of going over there and touching the water platform in order to lower it so you can go into this tunnel, all you need to do is jump up and meet this line right here. If you see that line, that's a good visual indicator, I'd say. So, you get up to there. Then you press these inputs. So hold right the entire time. So you're holding right the entire time, right? That's step 1, hold right. Step 2 is B. Then when you're here, right? B, and then immediately followed by what is it? X? Is X the melee button on Switch? Yeah. Immediately followed by X. This is a 1 frame, right? You want this to be immediately after the jump or after the wall kick. Then 3, you're waiting to contact the slope, and then you just press B again. And then once you get back to the wall, you buffer another wall jump. So buffer wall jump. You'll see what I mean. I'm going to leave these instructions on the screen as we go. Holding right the entire time. I meet that top part of the wall, and I press B. Then I pressed melee immediately after. I contacted the top slope. I pressed B again to respin. And then I buffered a wall jump here. And that's it. You're up. After that, you can literally just hold right, and you'll always get it. How sick is that? I missed the missile door. How savage. I made all these micro errors and still got a 114 at 2 a.m. Insane. I don't know. That run was just something different. I just felt really good for no reason. Also, I fixed my troubles with Gozuna, Gravity Split, Wave Emmy. I had a whole 50 seconds to make up there, so it's kind of fake. I should have had it. I should have had a 114.20 3 days ago. Or 4 days ago? I don't know. Anyway, this is climb number 2. This is a bit sloppier than my previous climb, but it's okay. Gonna go up through the shortcut we made ourselves from early cloak. And this allows us to skip the David Jaff room entirely, because we're going to go this way instead of around through the Adm room. Shoot the blob. Once you're done shooting this blob, you melee off this platform, and already you're taking aim at the next blob by holding free aim and the general direction of the blob during your melee. Alright. Obviously, shoot the blob first before you start moving. Lost like half a second. Oh well! So the way that I do these falls, right? It's exactly as it looks, but some people will get confused. So I run forward, I reach this point, and then I turn around. So when I turn around like that, Samus still has forward momentum and she has a turn speed. So she's going to fall off the platform during that turn speed, and then I just press B to respin. So let's take a look. Alright. Turn around. And then she fell. And I respin. Right? Turn around. And then she fell. And I respin. You'll understand the timing the more you try. It's actually a really fun, like, little fall. I don't know why. Something about that fall just hits different. Bum, 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 bum. I make a really bad mistake here that cost me like fucking 900 bajillion seconds. I just had a quick battle with a fly and a ledge. Yeah, oops. Yep. So there, I did a coyote jump, but I did it very poorly. So in this point, right here, you're supposed to do a coyote, not dip too far, and then hold a good enough B to where you will plant before you start running forward. The way I did it, unfortunately, I dipped a pretty good amount, which is okay, but I didn't hold B long enough, so I got the mantle animation. If you see this, right, this is no bueno. You don't want that. Oh, I guess my my B presses there were pretty bad. Alright, now we got a cool trick coming forward. It's called Mega Skip. Yeah, how fun. It's actually really easy. And there's only one thing you need to understand to make this trick easy. So you face the wall, right? And then you turn. I'll write these out again, okay? So number 1, right? Face wall. Right? Number 2. Turn. Right? Like hold left. So you're holding left. So in Samus is already moving towards the left, right? But 1 frame plus X. So what causes a lot of people to fail the Mega Skip is that they're pressing their melee essentially when they're hugging the wall. You want to press your melee at least, well, at most like 2 frames. I never actually timed this, so I don't know. But like 1 or 2 frames during your turnaround animation. Because if you jump from here, that's good. If you jump from anywhere here, you're probably your Mega Skip is dead in the water. It's dead. Right? One of the good visual indicators is that if you look at Samus's feet while she's jumping, if there's dust that gets kicked up, your jump sucks. It's too short, right? If you don't jump, you waited too late to melee. Makes sense, right? And that's how I've always gotten it. The third one is literally just water plot skip. That's it. After that, you literally just copy water plot. So we're gonna take this frame by frame, just to show you what I mean with the melee when I hug the wall. So I'm hugging the wall right now. 1 frame later, I'm turning. 1 frame later, I'm still turning, and I'm a little bit further away from the wall now, just by a little. And then I melee counter. Now notice that when I jump, I'm completely off the platform. Most people, if they're hugging the wall and press left and melee at the same time, at this point, they'll jump off of this. You don't want that. If you wait too long, longer than I waited, you'll probably just fall. Then we get up to the top point. You have to buffer this wall jump. So it's exactly like water plot skip. You have to buffer this wall jump. Right? And one way to tell that you buffered a wall jump is if the particles for the wall jump are slightly distended from the wall. So if we look here, you'll see that the particles are kind of like this when they should be like this. Right? Melee counter off that and then delay a respin so you can get around that ledge. Thanks, B-Dog, for teaching me that. You want to shoot that blob because if you don't, you're going to get like 2 frames per second in this room. It doesn't actually lose any time, but it's annoying. Okay, we're going to kill the Artaria CU. The way that I do this is I shoot as many missiles as the Rinka can allow, and then I just walk forward. There's a faster way where you literally throw yourself at the CU after like 13 missiles, and then you shoot the remaining 3 missiles like here. And they're all going to travel forward and hit the CU at the same time. It reminds me of like double or triple missile in Metroid Fusion, even. And it'll explode. Just some turbo missile weaving there. Okay. And now we're going to go for a plant kill, which I didn't get, so I got a slow slide under kill because my movement there was pretty bad. So if you want to do this, even with or without turbo, right? Like, if you want to do this, your movement has to be, like, pristine going up to the ledge. And you have to get the correct way to aim when you hit the ledge. So you slide off that, you jump up, don't mantle this. You immediately jump up again, quick ledge hop. And then you don't mantle this. I mantled that, and that's why I lost the time, right? You don't mantle, and then when you land here, right? This is when you press L and then aim for your Omega Stream. If you press it too early, Samus will land in a shooting animation or an aiming animation, and the Omega Stream will take a bit longer to come out, which you don't want. It's almost the same as the amount of time it would take if she mantles. Right? You want to land first without mantling, and then hold L and Y. Thankfully, this doesn't go too poorly. I had a little scare there, so I went for a very long slide under. I lost like a second for this one. Kind of sucks, but you learn to deal with it as time goes on. It is unfortunate. Oh god, I'm feeling a little bit weird right now. I don't know why. All right. So we don't talk about that, okay? No reason to talk about that. Even top runners can make mistakes like those. We don't talk about it. Aha! Okay, it's just some clean movement. Right there. So some people might disagree with the way that I do this, and I also disagree with the way that I do it, because in theory, you should just, as you're sliding off this, you should just missile this fly. But the way I'm comfortable doing it is doing a falling melee counter and then canceling the landing animation from your melee by sliding. And I don't know. I know I'm losing frames, but it's just how I like to do it. It feels kind of smooth. You shouldn't do it. You should just kill it. But, you know. Okay, now we got elevator deboost coming. Because I guess I mix Zass's setup and B-Dog's setup in some way. So I guess I'll show you, I'll explain the way I do it, but I would much rather prefer if you guys copied Zass's setup. You can probably find it on his YouTube. So the way that I do this, right, we're gonna go forward. As soon as you enter the room, you use 2 missiles to shoot this guy. I'm pretty sure every setup does this. No problem there. Then I want to get over here or here, doesn't really matter. Oh, I'm about to draw something explicit. Okay, I want to get over here. Then I'm going to do a full jump. And as soon as Samus stops moving at the apex of her jump, do a wall kick. You should always bounce off this fly. Right? Hold right the entire time. So here, there's 2 ways to mess this up. You can either short hop the ledge, not realize you did, and then miss your missile timing on this fly, which you will be shooting. Or you could long hop, fall, and then do the same thing, and then die. Because you're going to be stuck there trying to do the setup. So what I like to do it here is I like to just wait a little bit before mantling the ledge, because then I get the short mantle. Which is good. This is good so far. I'm going to walk forward, slide down. As we're sliding, we shoot this fly. Right? Once we get to like 1 or 2 steps away from the pinky, we jump up, do a full jump, and then as you're rising to the apex, like around here I'd say, shoot a missile. Then you're going to descend, and as you're around here, I'd say, shoot a missile. And it'll kill both. Right? There we go. When we land, we do a running melee counter. Like, instantly. And then that should auto-time it, so when you do a full jump into a wall kick, or not a full jump, but once you get to around this part of the wall, you do a jump into a wall kick, and free aim to the right, you should get it. Easy. 90% of that setup is stolen from Zass. The 10% that comes from B-Dog is the melee counter he does to auto-time his deboost at the end. Zass does a jump in order to time it. I do a melee counter. It's really not smart, but I do it. Now we're entering Cataris. Okay. As you're going here, you see the worm at the ceiling. If you aim down, you will never get hit because your hitbox kind of shrinks a little. Okay, here I'm going to turn around, much like in the room leading up to the thermal button in Artaria. We're going to turn around, fall off, and then respin. It might look like these flames should burn you, but they will never burn you. You land, shoot a charge shot to kill the fly. If you have over 59 HP, I think you can safely ignore all the flames. But I also play on Rookie, so this enemy gives me a pretty substantial no health drop. Great, never mind. So you can just ignore all the flames. Pseudo screw the robot. So you want to pseudo screw the robot. This is important because if you do, then the amount of knockback you get from the robot is lessened. So instead of dropping to the robot and then flying into fucking space, you're going to drop like this. Okay, that descent, that last part of the descent always gets me. It's the most difficult part of Cataris for me, ironically enough. I don't know how to descend there properly. Oh, my nose is getting stuffy because of all the talking. Okay, next trick coming up is called Super Boost, 5 Upper Boost, whatever you want to call it. I don't remember if I messed this up. If I did, then like, damn, my run is trash. But we'll see, we'll see. bum bum bum. Anyone else love the Catarist music? I know some people hate it because Catarist is purgatory, but I love it. Let's see if we get it. Oh, this looks like a failure. Yep. I'm not even gonna bother explaining Super Boost because I don't have a video of me doing it in front of me because I didn't do it. Oh, this is important to explain because some people get tripped up on this movement. So, if you're wondering how I latch onto the magnet here and then latch onto the magnet there without grabbing onto any of this empty space. So the way I do it is I grab the bottom of the magnet like that. I plant to make sure that I'm actually on there. Then I hold B and no direction. Right? So that'll automatically wall jump Samus towards the right. And then once we get to this point where we've cleared this plane, right? Once we clear this part of the magnet, you just hold left. And then you'll grab it. Some people just climb up, some people try to do what I do and then just get caught in the middle. Just remember that that's what you can do. Hell Run, not much to explain, just copy me. Yes, including shooting the first blob as you're running in. That's mandatory. Okay, I had the scary Emmy spawn. Thankfully, this time my video didn't cut out so people can see how I deal with it. And also, my run can be verifiable. Haha! How funny is that? Same spawn, different day. Different PB. Okay. Just some standard movement again. In this room, so we all know that sometimes the Emmy can be chilling right here, right? So there are two major factors that come into play during your movement in this Emmy zone that determines whether you'll be able to dodge that Emmy before it comes up this way and tells you to stop, right? In fact, it actually starts here. So you have to fall from this room at a reasonable pace. That's number one. So the way I do it, obviously, is I weave between each ledge. It's exactly as it looks. You have to time your left and right movement so that you don't grab the ledges as you pass. That's really important. All right. Once you do that, if the Emmy is here, which you can tell because if you look at the minimap as you fall, right, there are some points where your movement should be optimized to the point where you don't even need to look at yourself. You can just look at the minimap if you want to, right? So here, I'm not even looking at myself. I just know this movement. And I'm looking at this instead because what comes next is really important. Right here, you see that the Emmy is here, right? If the Emmy isn't in the next room, the Emmy will always be on the minimap on this part. That's what I believe to be true. I'm not actually sure if that's true, but that's my experience so far. If the Emmy isn't here, then the Emmy is in the next room, right? If the Emmy is left, then you can go and take the top path. It's faster, right? It's also auto-timed, so where you can jump immediately into the thermal door and you won't bonk your head on invisible planes. If the Emmy is in this room and you fell quickly through the last room, then you go under. You slide off this, then you go under. You're going to have to wait for the door for a bit longer, but since the Emmy detects your movement, the screen will turn yellow because of the pulse. And then that'll give you enough time to dodge the Emmy because the Emmy will be stuck on the underside of the platform, doing its like, oh, there's a Samus nearby movement, right? So here, I load the door early. If you go down this way, the door will load it a bit later. And because of that, when you fall and then immediately jump as you reach there, you clear the door and it's auto-timed for you. Which is pretty cool. I'm going to do a full jump over the robot because I'm scared of dying. I'm on a really good pace right now. So here, you have one of two decisions you can make to make this pretty fast. You can either pseudo wave this, but it's a bit more tight than the second switch pseudo because the button is a lot lower than the other one. The angle for the second switch coming up is more like this, right? It's kind of like this cone right here, but the angle for this pseudo wave is like this cone, and this is a lot more awkward than the other one. It's a lot less lenient. You can either do that, or you can slide under, double turnaround. So you cancel the slide animation with the first turnaround, then you turn around again. So it's like this, right? And then you let go of the charge, right? Turn around again, and then slide under. And all in the same motion. If you do that, then you'll be here by the time the elevators turn on. Unfortunately, I missed the slide. I'm kind of fraudulent. And that movement will save you half a second. I'm not sure how much the pseudo wave will save you, because I never do it. There is a hell pseudo that you can do to shoot the button from below and not have to visit the button's room, but that is really hard, and it also saves like 8 seconds. I'm not willing to go for it. So we aim up here for a very important reason. Well, not really that important, but we want to trigger this door so it opens up. Because when we pull down this magnet and then we roll all the way around and come back here near the end of the segment, this door will already be open. And that's really good because we don't have to wait for it. So we open it now. Okay, we melee that guy to come down. Right, and now we go to Adm Skip. I got it third try in this run. I'm not going to explain Adm Skip because there's a lot of videos on it already. And honestly, I would probably suck at explaining this trick in particular. So, we're just going to watch my first attempt go dead in the water. And then my second attempt, where I just missed the first wall jump. And then my third attempt. Just right. Okay. Going forward. Notice how I avoid both mantles there. It is faster. Actually, maybe mantling the first one's okay, because you're going to cancel the mantle animation by jumping anyway. Here's the second switch pseudo I was talking about. I failed it 3 times, or twice, and I got the third time. Kind of disgusting, but hey, just look past it. Happens. That loses me like 1.5 seconds. Or some. 1.5, 2 seconds. Oh man, my nose. I need to eat after this. I wonder what I can eat. Maybe I'll just make some chicken and rice. It sounds kind of tasty. Oh yeah. Okay, so this room is actually pretty easy to go through and a lot less scary than it looks, as long as you understand some key principles. So the way that I move through this room at the top, right? B-Dog will do a different thing where he slides off the first ledge and then clears the second ledge with a well-timed respin. But I don't do that because it's scary. So what I do is I will go and melee off this ledge. And then I will just let my forward momentum carry me and hold L. I will not do anything else. When I barely reach this wall, so like if Samus was, I respin back to the right here. Samus is touching the wall if she's here, right? So once I get here, I hold right and then press B to respin. And then I let go of right because I don't want to grab this ledge. I'm gonna land and hold right again, start running. Once you get to like this block of the ledge, you press melee. And then you respin immediately. Like you can just mash B here if you want. And then you will barely clear this Emmy. Now, why do you think the Emmy doesn't see me? It's because it's turning around. And when the Emmy turns around, it is blind. Or like really close to blind. Funny. There's just elevator skip. So the way that I internalize the timing here is like if I get down here as quickly as possible, shoot the fly, run forward, and then wait like just a second, the magnet will come down at the correct time. Another way to see it is once the magnet gets to the top, that's when you start moving. Because you want to meet the magnet just as it's coming down. Okay, here's another little thing, because I know this room can be annoying to a lot of people. So here's another way to get this pretty easy. So the setup begins by grabbing this ledge. Once you grab the ledge, you do a full wall jump, not a wall jump, but a full jump towards this magnet, right? You grab the magnet, then you do a full single wall jump to this part of the magnet, and then you shoot these 2 blocks. By doing that, when you do another full single wall jump towards the magnet, you're going to go up this tunnel that you made. And then you hold B during that, or you hold Y during it, make a charge. If you want to do it the fastest way possible, you would do a ledge hop here and then quick charge off the ledge hop. But I'm bad, so I lose some time. So here I'm going to pivot left a bit and then like delay my jump a little, because if you're too fast, you'll actually hit the worm and lose time. So I try my best to dodge the worm. Right. After that, it's just pretty standard stuff. You grab the E-Tank. I'm only grabbing 2 the entire run. The door's already open because we opened it before. We hit the thermal switch before Adm Skip. This is a really good pace. How did I even get this pace? I missed Super Boost and got Adm in 3, and I still got this pace. That's crazy. Shoot this enemy. Kill that enemy. Slide over. Quick hop. Deboost this enemy to get down faster. And then we're out of there. I'm going to skip ahead here. When we get to Dairon, here we go. Welcome to Dairon. So here I save a couple, I save like half a second by just doing this cloak jump. You don't have to do it. It's really not necessary. Okay. And here I make a pretty bad mistake because I try to do the one thing where you kill the first Sonic the Hedgehog right here. But then I fuck it up. Like I kill it and then I fuck up this because I don't know the timing on the charge. And I get bonked and then I don't want to get bonked there, so I just jump over it. Lost some time. It is what it is. Can't let that bother me. Dark room. Just mantle everything. 2 missiles kills a Jerry. Respin right. Shoot the floor. Slide into it. Yep. This is looking pretty standard so far. Alright. Oh god, excuse me. I had a little tut-tut with the Jerry up top. The green bat. Because I don't know. I was kind of drunk when I went through this room. I'm not sure why. So I just killed the Jerry. Normally you melee the Jerry in the air as you're rising from the ledge. And then you slide under it. But, you know. It's fine. Man, the more I think about it, this run could have been a lot better. Like, a lot better. But go figure. Okay, this Pedro gives me trouble. That's fine. Bum 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 bum. Okay, worth mentioning here. If you want to say, if you want to start incorporating like frame saves into your game, into your gameplay, when you jump up here, you want to quick charge using the first jump, and then shoot before you grab the ledge, and then you'll save some frames because the shot will get there before you get up. Usually people hop the ledge first and then let go of the charge. That loses a couple frames, so, you know. Frame saving, yay. Taking a quiet little trip through the tram. I'm not sure why I'm not skipping this tram. I don't know. I like this tram. From now on, this tram will be known as Billy. Maybe I should name all the trams. It's a good idea. Okay, standard stuff. I got cucked by another Pedro. Well, mostly because I messed that up. But it's okay. Okay. Oh, worth mentioning. Once you get down to this door, I jump when the screen is black. Or like so I'm already jumping right now. Right? As you can see, when the screen is coming out of fade, I'm already jumping. If you do that, then you'll instantly jump towards this ledge. Then you can short hop and then hold right and then instantly jump back to the magnet. If your jump is late, you'll bonk here. If your jump here is late, you'll bonk this. So just try to do that as quickly as possible. Okay, shoot the blob. Melee off the ledge, then respin. Get a charge, and then just destroy this guy. For a slightly cleaner kill, the way I do it is I try to get as many missiles in as possible until the Rinka right here is going to shit on me. Then I run forward just a bit to clear the Inca, and I want to aim for this part of the CU, because then the second Rinka will not intercept any of the shots before the CU is dead. However, I start aiming towards here instead, so one of my missiles gets intercepted by the Rinka, and I lose 1 missile's worth of time. Unfortunate. It's okay. To any B-Dog viewers, no, I do not go for Professor Stupid. It makes me feel stupid, because I don't know how to do it. I just go for the standard kill. It only saves 1 second anyway, so whatever. Mr. Frog is dead, and we killed him. I almost said and we ate him, but I don't eat frogs. Okay, Emmy kill. Let's get past that. Bum bum. Okay, here we slide at this point and then morph once we get off the ledge in order to try to hole in one. Like that. So you're supposed to dodge this missile. So don't get it unless you're on normal. Alright, great. My movement through those tunnels could have been better. Essentially, in that tunnel, if you can slide, you should. Unless the tunnel is short, in which case, just stay in morph. Alright, alright. Oh, God. I'm actually tired. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, jeez. Alright, here's a cool little frame save that I literally learned like 2 days ago. So when you get to a ledge and you have morph and you're in water, if you morph like near the ledge, you're going to like suck yourself forward, which is really funny looking. Like here, you can take a look at what it looks like in real time. It's kind of funny. I don't know why it works, but it works. I think I mistimed it too. It looks a lot funnier. You'll see it definitely on my way to ice missiles. So right here I do a morph ball jump. It's hard to see, but right here I do a morph ball jump. And that allows me to clear this ledge without having to fall or restand into a slide. Okay. Here I go for a funny little jump in order to not only get into the tunnel in morph ball, but also shoot the charge door at the top. Right? The angle is pretty specific. You have to aim like here, because then the last wide beam shot will clear the tunnel and go there or something. I don't know. I know for a fact that I've done it with the middle wide beam shot as well, but I don't know, that feels like you have to kind of aim here, and you're also like doing this motion anyway, so it's a little bit scary. You also have to morph at the correct time here on your morph jump, otherwise you won't even get to the ledge. It's just a bunch of things that come together for a one-time save. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. Okay, here comes the climb. I feel, if I remember, this climb kind of sucked. Like, my movements could have, yeah, I mean, that. At least I got that. Right, what else was there? Did I mantle? I mantled that. I could have turned around a bit sooner there. That morph could have been a lot cleaner. Yeah, it was a pretty sloppy climb. But it is what it is. Can't believe I lost 3 seconds to that. It's because I picked up the missile tank, the DNF tank. Sad. That would have been a major gold split. Wait, I want to go back for a sec, just for myself. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're good. Wait, no. Yeah, okay, we're good. Sorry. I was thinking about whether we should melee out the first door, but we shouldn't. Melee off this one to skip the second ledge. This movement might be confusing to some people. So, normally when people fall off this ledge in particular, they bonk here for a second. We want to avoid that, so what we end up doing is we slide off the ledge, don't coyote, and then we respin to the right, and that'll avoid it. So, slide off the ledge, respin, and we clear that small outcropping. I make a mistake here, and I respin into the fly. I wanted to let go of the shot. You want to melee over that lava pit as well. You'll mantle, but you won't be jumping. Jumping is slower than that. I think if you time it literally perfectly, you don't mantle. But don't take my word for it. We're taking red TP. Pretty slow stuff, so we're going to skip it. Here, if you slide into the crumble tunnel and morph at a pretty specific frame, or set of frames really, you'll vacuum down, which is kind of funny. In the upcoming deboost that I do, you'll notice that I slide into the enemies. This is because sliding into enemies gives you less knockback. So there you're supposed to slide morph and then jump into the tunnel. Don't do what I did. I look really stupid. Right here, if you melee over the lava pit, assuming you have enough HP, you can buffer a quick hop, and Samus doesn't register as being in water/lava, so you do get a quick hop. You can just buffer a quick hop here, and you'll always get it. Okay, now we're going to Kraid. Shoot the blob as you're running in. It's Kraid! Big boy. Big green time waster. I missed like 4 missiles right at the end. That could have been better. With quick charge on phase 1. These quick charges could also be better. You can also missile weave between quick charges. I don't do it because I'm bad. Here, I don't do the single wall jumps because I'm a fraud. But also because it's hard. And I don't do hard stuff yet. I do stuff that takes RNG. I don't do hard stuff. Okay, some pretty standard stuff. We just shoot Kraid. I just want to mention that I had 36 missiles. On normal, I would have 31. And I still ended with over 20 missiles. Gee, I wonder what that means. Okay, diffusion that blob. Melee over to the purple TP. I'm pretty sure that saves time. Just a couple of frames, though. Just a little bit of time. There I am in the background just breathing because I'm on such a good pace. This is all just movement. There's really not much to talk about. Early grapple, I mean, I shouldn't have to explain early grapple. It's one of the defining sequence breaks in the game. Like, people found this out pretty quickly. I shouldn't really have to explain this, but I will explain this this last jump. So you guys might consistently drop into the lava here because you don't know when to press your you don't know when to press jump, right? So the way I like to see it is, I'm gonna use an analogy to food here, right? Imagine you're making a bowl of curry and rice. Because there's rice and rice is naturally bland, you want to make your curry extra salty or sweet or whatever flavor you prefer, right? And it's gonna feel weird adding extra to it to make it over seasoned, but it's good because there's rice. And that's one of the ways I like to see this. You want to press B a lot later than you think. And it's going to feel weird because you think you're going to fall, but you won't. Trust me. Like, I almost barely hit the middle of the fucking area. Like, I get to here before I jump. Some people see that and think, oh, I'm going to fall. Right? I get to here. That is scary stuff. But trust me, it'll work out. God forbid it doesn't work out. You'll get to here, slide off, just jump back up and try again. Right? But if you jump early, there is a chance that you don't even get the chance to jump off the slope because you're going to fall. So, yeah. Practice jumping later into that. If you consistently fall off the ledge. We're going to grapple here. Two things to note about this. Morphing is faster than anything else Samus does when she's falling down, except for downward shine sparks and grapple boosting. 2, shoot the door as you're sliding off the ledge, so you don't have to wait there for the door. That's literally it. There's not much to say. Okay. This grapple climb. Oh. This grapple climb could have been a lot better. I'm still very bad at this room. Like, very, very bad at this room. Okay, now we're going to get bombs. If I remember, I have a small conniption as I'm going to get bombs, so we're going to ignore that. I lost like 5 seconds just being bad. Yeah, there's a couple of them. So normally at this point, right on like, I don't know, I'd say like this frame or something, you want to jump. And then unmorph and respin, and you'll grab this ledge, and that'll save you. Let's see how long this takes. Around fucking 4 seconds. Yeah. Oh. So that lost me another 4 seconds. So I lost 8 seconds on this split so far. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Nope, that lost me another 2 seconds. So I lost 10 seconds on this split. Ha, that was fucking terrible. Ha. I'm so funny. Ha. See, even top runners can be stupid. when they run. Like, it happens. It happens even more in races. If you ever join a race in the Dread speedrun community, we're all terrible. Like, suddenly we all became bad. You know? One of us could have like 1,500 world records, and if we're in a race, we suddenly look like, I don't know, like doo-doo water. Funnily enough, my bomb split is even worse in my past PB, so this is another place where I can gain unlimited time. Now we're on our way to flash shift. That jump was a bit delayed. Not good. Oh, that load time was weird. What the fuck? Sometimes load times in enemy zones can be a little bit weird. I don't know why. Damn. Missed the hole in one. How tragic. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really talking much here. I mean, it's literally just movement. There's no real, like, trick to anything. Now, things are going to get trickier when we get to this point in the game. Which I'll skip forward to. Okay, so here we want to slide and then grapple this block, because then you can jump morph into the tunnel. Like that. Now, then we want to unmorph as soon as we get out of the tunnel, and then essentially do a coyote jump to reach this ledge. And then here, I messed this up, so I have to use a bit more time than usual. But once we get here, this guy is going to be in the way. He's going to say hello, and then he's going to bonk you on the way up to the tunnel. So what you do is you want to get up to here. Use this line as an indicator, right? You want to get to here and then slide cloak, and then once your slide is complete, you can uncloak and keep running. Here I do it a bit too early. So you'll notice me walk a little bit to make up that distance and then uncloak and go through, and then I will skip this laser. If you don't have turbo or you're not comfortable mashing to kill the Steve, you can aim downward just like you do when you enter Catarus for the first time and you're aiming downward to dodge the worm. You can do the same thing. You'll dodge the Steve every time. I happen to have a death laser, so I'll kill him that way. Bye-bye, Adam. Never talking to you again. Okay, there we just coyote jump under the bat, and then we grapple to go faster. Every time there's water and there's a 3-tile ledge, or I guess a 2-tile ledge, but 3 tiles in total, you can just spin morph, and if you do quick enough, you're gonna catch yourself on the ledge, and it saves you having to do the mantle. It also saves you the couple of, like the fraction of a second it takes to approach the wall in the first place, which is always good. You melee off that ledge and you bonk the Steve on purpose. Not this one, though. The previous one. And now we're doing Backdoor Flash. This took me 3 attempts. Because my first attempt was, it had a good setup. It was bad. My second attempt had a bad setup. And then we get it. I'm not going to teach you how to do Backdoor Flash. You can look that up. You can also just copy me. Literally as it sounds. If you need help with it, though, with your bomb placement, like the timing, you can listen to Tanak Tanak Tun and mash and press the button to the beat, and it'll work. Funny. I think it's like 188 BPM. So, in the next 3 splits, on the next 2 splits, I'm about to lose 10 seconds to a flash door. Yeah, that takes 5 seconds. Yeah. Alright, this is the first time I have perfect Berenia pseudos, so this will save me 3 seconds over the water bomb jump method that most people use. Okay, jump over the fish. Thanks, fish. Cool. That was a really clean Barenia pseudo segment. Very clean. Alright, now we're gonna get Speed Booster. Yeah, so you should flash shift as you go towards this room here. I forgot. I don't know how much time I lost off that. I lost like 2-3 seconds. I literally forgot, and then I slapped myself in the face mentally afterwards. So in this room, you can flash shift into the room. It's completely fine. But what you want to do here is most people say, oh, in the name of speed, I will grapple onto this and cross faster. Don't do that. So what you want to do is, right now the Emmy is on the platform above us, right here. We want the Emmy to drop down to this platform and then go this way. So what we're going to do is we're only going to cross through the water, not the fastest way, but not necessarily the slowest way. We're going to spam jump as we go in through the water. The Emmy will go left, which is good. Then we grapple up. And we go on our sweet way. Yep. I remember my yellow CU kill here being kind of good. We spam missiles, so you get the angle to hit the CU, and then don't pay attention to the CU. Just look at the Rinka that spawns above you. Once the Rinka spawns, just walk forward like 2 steps or 1.5 steps, then do it again. And then now, instead of paying attention to the Rinka, you pay attention to the turret. Turret like go shot. Same thing. Yeah, and then it's dead. Pretty auto-timed, I'd say. Alright. This is a really sloppy yellow Emmy kill. Very, very sloppy. I could have been like 1 second faster. Oh man. I'm so sorry. I'm really tired. Okay, so when you turn around for this spark, I like to turn around on this right here. Like that. And then you spark. Alright, just a pretty simple speed keep. Boom. If you're on normal and you're not comfortable with having that many, with only having like, what is it, 33 missiles at this point? You can take this missile 10. It's completely fine. Especially for things like Gav Robo. And Drog if you're playing on like all bosses or something. Or Drog plus Gav Robo, really. If you want the missiles, not for Gav Robo, but for Ravenbeak, then get the missile 10 on the way to early gravity instead. Okay, so we're going into Quiet Robo. I get one of the fastest possible kills here, but my movement going in is really bad, so we're going to see what happens. So what you're supposed to do is speed keep into the room where there are the flies and the grapple block, and then you can jump, spin jump, and then spark into the slope and keep your speed. Yeah, don't do this. That's not supposed to happen. Don't do this either. So I've lost 10 seconds to flash doors. Yeah. Okay. So here's probably the fastest kill you're gonna get. So I only know how to actually do this with beam, so I got really lucky. The Robo right here can do one of 3 attacks. It can either beam you, which is what you want. It can either red claw you, which is a backup. It's also you could want that too. And then there's blue claw. Blue claw, if you get it, just cry. If you get red claw, there's some saving, and if there's blue claw, do it. Blue beam, do what I do. No matter what the result is, I will jump to the. I will run to the left, and then if I see that he moves his cannons like he's gonna beam, then I'll jump here, and then I'll let go of jump, and I'll just let go of everything, kinda. Because then he will beam me, and you can just run through him. Charge a spark. Then you go up, and then you slide under him while he's jumping up. Looks pretty metal. Charge another spark. I got really lucky here. Like, really, really lucky. He did Blue Claw, but I charged my spark, like, right before. Like, oh, man! I charged my spark right here. Literally a 1 frame gap. And then I got bonked. Jeez. Just looking back at that, that was so scary. One of the fastest kills you can do. Also, that missile 10, don't go for it. It's actually slow to go for because you have to ball spark, and that's annoying. You can't instant spark either because there's a windup. It's really, really sad. Okay. Skip forward here. Shoot the Pedro. So, disclaimer, I'm pretty sure that in this segment of rooms, there's a lot better movement you can do. I don't know the movement, so I just pretend that I do. Yeah, so don't do what I do. Look up, like, B-Dog's world record or some shit. And you can figure out how he moves through these rooms. I'm pretty sure he uses a very funky speed keep that I don't know how to do. Hole in one? Rats. Alright, we're going to Bredia 2. Oh, man. There's really not much to talk about in this block. Well, we're about to have some, actually. Very soon. Alright. So this is one of the more infamous speed keeps because people fuck it up a lot. I understand you. So here, I'll tell you what my visual cues are. Right? And then there's also some internal timing that I just follow. But I'll tell you what my cues are. Let me take it frame by frame from this point on. Once I get to this part of the floor, I will hold jump. Right? So we're going to jump fully. Right? Let's keep going forward here. Right? Once I get to this segment of the wall... Right, we're gonna rewind here so you can see what that looks like, right? Oh, well, I don't even need to rewind. It's right there. Once we get to this part of the wall, I'll wall kick. So now I'll go back and resume the frames from there, right? Wall kick. Then we'll hold B again. Once we clear the ledge, we let go of B. You're gonna hover like this for a bit. Well, not once you clear the ledge, but right before you would clear the ledge, you let go of B. Samus will rub on the ledge for a bit, and it causes this, like, floating motion. And then you just have to know when to jump next. And then you jump Morph. I don't know how to keep the speed all the way, so I don't. Right here, there's a funny little optimization you can do. If you store the spark right before you encounter this enemy... Right there. Right? You will bump into the enemy as you're charging, as you're storing the spark, and that'll store you the spark. Here I make a mistake. I'm sorry. Okay. DT slide. This room gives people a lot of trouble. I'll try to explain it the best I can. So you want to get to around this part in between the red light and the line. Jump forward or jump up and then just aim at like a 1:30 to 2 o'clock angle. And you'll always grab this magnet right here. Somewhere around here is always good. Before you reach there, like maybe just around this distance, you want to let go of the grapple, but still hold your jump button, which I'm not sure if it does anything. So don't quote me on that. And you'll float like this. Once you float long enough, just aim at like a 10 to 11 o'clock angle, and you will grab the next magnet and fly right past the Steve. Then you let go once you get over this ledge, and then you're going to float up with the grapple boost, and you can just flash shift through. So here's what it looks like in real time. Pretty smooth, huh? Alright, let's go to Gavarin. Yay! So once we get here, you can charge a speed booster and then morph and then ride up the slope. But you have to jump. Don't forget to jump. I forgot to jump. Right. I had a little conniption with the ledge. Right. Gav Robo. I intentionally bonked the Robo to avoid the most damaging attacks, because hitting the Robo in Rookie anyway does 49 damage. You take 20% less in Rookie, so you should still be able to bonk it 4 times on normal and you'd still be fine. Just don't get hit by the actual attacks. Just bonk him instead. Yeah, I lost another 4 seconds there. I'm really good at this game, I promise. So far, I've lost 16 seconds to just, like, waiting. Because I am a dum-dum. So that would have been a 113.50 right there. No, it would have been a 114.40. 4x, really. So I already lost that much time to just waiting on shit. Or a 113.30, whatever. Or 40. Man, I'm getting tripped up with my own fucking numbers. That was a really bad super split. That could be a lot better. I'm gonna save like 4 seconds on it in my next attempt. Guaranteed. Yeah, don't do that. You want to grapple higher than I did. So here. So the reason why this didn't work is because I misaimed my grapple. I grappled this. You want to grapple up here, and then when you press B, you'll vault into the morph tunnel. Here, before you leave the tunnel completely, where she auto unmorphs, unless you're holding the slide button to stay morphed, you can do a jump at this point, and then just wrap around. In the next room, these flies, a charge beam will eviscerate the entire family. So just don't use like supers, you might be tempted. Don't use turbo, you might be tempted. Just use a charge beam. It's also worth mentioning that right here, you can actually grapple boost, much like in Barenia 2, and then morph as you're ascending from the boost and get there and save like half a second. And here, you can jump morph into the tunnel to save another couple frames. But I forgot. Okay, let's skip over to Elon. Just flash shift and spam your shots as you flash shift. Okay, do not copy my Elon movement, at least in this room. It's really bad, I promise. Okay, so here, there are a couple ways that I approach this, right? But the one major way is I jump over the first enemy by jump morphing. Then I turn around after I slide over and I flash shift. And then depending on the enemy position, I'll either morph through the tunnel or I'll slide through the tunnel. Doesn't really matter which one you do. And then I'll unmorph past this ledge, shoot, or try to shoot the outcropping, and I'll jump and flash shift over the enemy. This flash shift actually, unironically, I'm pretty sure depends on whether or not the enemy's breathing cycle moves its hitbox low enough to where your flash shift won't consider it in the way. So like, yeah. Ha! Got a pretty good movement there, all things considered. So here we want to shoot only one of these blocks out because we're setting up for a speed keep. You can do it with 2 blocks shot, but there's 1 less block of leniency. It's really annoying. Okay, here comes the speed keep. Oops. Bam! Saves 1 second. Get the bad RNG here. So I lost another like 1.5 seconds. Or was it 2 seconds really? I don't know. Way more than that. I get my revenge by annihilating it and then its entire family. Well, no, actually I don't kill Gav Warrior and I don't kill Artaria Warrior. So I guess I don't annihilate its entire family. Well, I do because I caused the escape sequence of the planet blows up. I guess. Sorry, right there in this room, right here, this is the last E-Tank I would take ever in the run, right? If you need 4 E-Tanks to feel comfortable, this is the last E-Tank I would take. I would take the Artaria E-Tank. I would take the Cataris E-Tank. I would take the E-Tank after Speed Booster. And then I would take this one. I think every other E-Tank in the game is too slow. And yeah, that includes the Berenia E-Tank after Flash Shift. So in order to do this trick, you charge a Speed Booster immediately as the cutscene ends. Then you charge it, and this is called instant sparking, right? Where you don't have to wait for a wind-up. Or in this case, I guess it's called store sparking, because it's the variation of instant sparking. So right here on this frame, I'm storing. And I'm also pressing B. So right here, oh, let me choose a different color. So right here, I'm pressing B plus down. Right? And then after that, right, after, I'm holding a direction. So in this case, I'm holding left. So what this does, right, what this does is it stores the spark and skips the wind up. What this does is choose your direction. Right? Just like that. I'm holding a charge the entire time here. Ever since the start of the speed, I was holding a charge. Once we get past this part, like you see this pillar in the background, right? Or in the fore and background on the bridge, whatever, the suspenders on the bridge, right? Once we get past that, if my frame advance would work, what did I just open? How did I do that? If my frame advance would work, right? Once we get to here, I let go of the beam. It's a bit late, but that's because it's really hard to shoot that quickly. And then you'll get the greatest speed keep of all time. Or the second greatest speed keep of all time. Which looks like this in real time. Cool. We have another funny little speed keep coming up. Oh, there's a cutscene here. Don't forget. I like to forget. Right? You skip that cutscene. So here, to set up the speed keep, we flash shift immediately to the left twice. And then we grab the door, open up. And we do this. Jump once. Jump again. Shoot at a diagonal first and then jump. Remember, if you jump while you're in speed boost in the air, you will lose it on landing. 1, 2, 3. Right? Go through. Jump as soon as the transition is over, but just tap your B button. Don't hold it. And then right before you would enter the enemy zone, tap your B button. Do the same here. And here, it's supposed to be a short hop, but I accidentally jumped a bit too long, so I got a wall kick instead, and I lost all fucking movement. That's fine. This is probably faster anyway. The speed keep just looks cooler. So here you'll see an instance of the, remember way back, right before Varia, I talked about, like, if you morph at a ledge, you'll get a forward movement burst. It looks better here. So Normally, you're supposed to just climb these mushrooms like a normal human being. I really don't want to talk about this. I lost like 10 seconds. I'm a top runner, by the way. So that right there is a 1:13:30 gone. Aha! Haha! Yeah, I'm so happy. This run could have been world record in all difficulties, but I threw like a madman. Yeah. We charge a speed booster here. Remember when we shot that charge door at the top? That's what's going to allow the Emmy to very quickly show up like this. You need to speed slide through the bottom tunnel. If you don't, then the Emmy will take like 4 seconds extra to show up. And that's not good. That was also a pretty sloppy blue kill. Yep. Just fast falling there because Morph falls faster. And now we get to the part of the game that literally everyone hates, and it made B-Dog want to quit and also like sell his soul to the devil. This is called early space pseudo, and what's really cool about this trick is that if you don't get a frame perfect shot, you are depending on your diffusion blob RNG. Yeah. It sounds exactly as putrid as it is. Or rather, it's exactly as putrid as it sounds. Right? I'm not going to explain how to do this. Rain BT has a very good video on how to do it. But just know that I got extremely fucking lucky. I think. Boom. Oh, worth mentioning here. While I'm grappling up, my super anti-spyware decided that it would run a scan at 2 o'clock. So I get a little frame cut. But it should be okay because it happened after the space pseudo, after I cemented the attempt. So while it will skip forward for a second, right? It's not that big of a deal. Right? Yeah, I know. And it also shows up here. I don't split quickly because the super anti-spyware took focus. I'm supposed to split right here. But I don't. I split very, very late. So you're supposed to save 12 seconds there. But then I saved 10.8. Oh no. This is why we didn't kill this claw, because we need this claw for this. Okay. Now we're just going to fall through the worst room of all time. This room fucking sucks. I don't think there's a single person in, like, on the fucking planet Earth who likes this room. For some reason, my diffusion blob, well, my diffusion didn't kill the blob there. It's just cheating. It's literally hacking. And now we're gonna go towards early screw. Now, worth mentioning, I don't actually know how to do the speed keep that I'm about to do after the orange TP, so just ignore me. So right here, most people are going to bonk their feet on like this ledge right there. But that's why we do a space jump here. So we can skip this ledge. Saves more time. It costs roughly half the amount of time to space jump than it would to hit the ledge and then fall. Because you lose all your downwards momentum and you have to fall off the ledge. Which sucks. Now we're gonna go through the yellow TP. I'm gonna pretend like I know what I'm doing here. I really don't know what I'm doing though. Here, more falling is faster than the downward chance spark. That is completely true. Yeah. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna give you a tip because I usually mess this up. If you fall down to this point and then start flash shifting, the game will recognize the fucking energy restore pad is in the way and you'll triple flash shift right here. So just don't do that. Flash shift a bit above the ground. Right here, we're going to shoot a missile as we leave the room, and then we're going to instantly start charging a speed booster. If you've ever played this part of the game, you know that these fart worms will do unlimited hyper damage. And then if you're under an E-tank, you're going to have to farm from the worms over here and over here for the X. Thankfully, if you know the speed booster part, thank you, manager, for the help on this one, you will take 0 damage. Okay. Fucking water spin jumps, water space jumps, whatever you want to call them. I call them water physics jumps. That space jump was completely unnecessary. Actually, no, it was extremely necessary. If you don't do that, if it curses your whole run. Ravenbeak has 10 phases. Yeah. Okay. Here I do something. I do a water jump, where you don't need to use the water bomb jump glitch. So I'm going to skip the first attempt because I fuck it up. So here, what you're supposed to do is you jump, morph, and then while you're falling down, you place a bomb. So I've done that now. Next, what you do, I'm going to take this frame by frame. Next, what you do is at the apex of your jump, you morph. At this point, Samus is considered above the water, so you don't need to water bomb jump. Yeah, there I fall. And then I miss. I think I missed this. I didn't. Okay, cool. So I lost like 4 seconds there. Unfortunate. And now we're going to do flipper pseudo. I do the slower method because I find it more consistent. It's only slower by like a second. So what you do is you morph into this door frame until you can no longer see the green dot in the middle of your morph ball. Don't do that. Then you melee to the right after unmorphing. Hold aim and aim for this gray line right here. The separation between the gray block and the rest of the floor. You aim for this. It's pretty lenient. You can aim like anywhere here. Or not, rather, like anywhere here. Right? Well, now it's here. Right? And then, boom. Make sure you morph instead of just shooting. If you shoot... Thanks, Izzy, for this, by the way. If you shoot and not morph, your shot will come out of your arm cannon. If you shoot and then morph, or if you shoot by morphing, the shot comes out of your feet. Yeah, I don't know why that works. Okay, that was some really close slopes. I very easily could have fallen. Very, very easily could have fallen. Okay, now we're heading to early gravity. From this point on, I'm going to make the effort to shoot blobs with charge beams. This is because the diffusion beam does twice the damage to a blob. It'll do 2 ticks of damage as opposed to just 1. Excuse me. Why am I not skipping this? Yep, this missile is unfortunately not missable. You have to get it. Now, some people here might be asking, like, how did you get to not slide into this? I used to do it all the time. The way I auto-fix it nowadays is I morph early over here while holding a charge, not only to kill these bugs, but it also, like, stops me from getting forward momentum right here, and then I'll just fall down. Like that. Reminder for the public, this is not a bomb block. It is actually a regular block. You can shoot it. Reminder to the public, you don't need to do the shine spark, the speed keep to get into early grapple or early gravity. You can just cut through this because you have screw attack. Saves 1 second. Remember what I said about the three tile ledges? Or the 2 tile ledges? I don't know. Okay, early gravity. This part of the game kind of confuses a lot of people, but I would wager that that's because they're not really sure of how shine sparking works, so we're going to teach them about how it works. So here, we store the spark at the end, and we're still technically considered like in Speed Booster while we're storing, so we're going to break the blocks as we store. Then we're going to fall. We're going to flash shift through the door, and we're going to slide under, reverse, and spin. Don't press B and Y, just press B. And then here, once we clear the ledge, then we press B and Y. Alright? When you're in spin jump, to insta spark out of spin jump, you press B and then you press Y at the same time. It's like shot canceling for your speed booster. As soon as the door transitions, you slide. Then you hold down after the slide. Right? You space jump and then just flash shift twice over this. And you're done. That wasn't that hard. If you're on normal and you didn't get another missile 10 if you didn't get another missile 10 after the red TP, get this one. Unless you have turbo. No, even if you have turbo, you still want this one, actually. Some of you might be confused as to how I instantly shot coming out of the tunnel. So here I unmorph, and then I respin, and then I start shooting downward. It has nothing to do with me having turbo. Your blob kill time is the same, turbo or not. I got the best RNG here, but I missed one quick charge, unfortunately. But yeah, when you're falling down from the early gravity speed puzzle, if you unmorph respin, you will be able to shoot quicker than if you just unmorphed and aim downward. Right. My old PB lost 10 seconds because it failed the puzzle. Don't do what I just did. What you're supposed to do here is store, flash shift to the right 1 time, and then B plus Y upward. That's what you're supposed to do. But I didn't. I don't know what I did wrong. I just did something wrong. So I lost like a second there. Okay, and now we have Brenia Robos. I will intentionally bonk on 2 hits on the first Robo to keep both of them on the top platform, and then kill them both. That only really applies to turbo players. I would suggest watching B-Dog to see what he does on his Robo fights outside of turbo. So I genuinely have no idea. Alright. This part of the VOD is going to get cut and replaced. Not replaced. This VOD, it's going to be repurposed into a how to kill Gozuna fast and consistently guide. So we're going to look together. Whoops. Let's take a look at this together. Well, I guess number one, we could say speed boosting up this tower is actually slower than just space jumping up. Okay, so this is where the Gozuna Kill begins. right? So what we do first is we speed booster from the farthest ledge we can, as far into the ledge we can, and then we keep the morph going in, right? Then we land, and just kill this guy immediately. There's no real problem. So now, this is important. We're going to go frame by frame for this one. When the X shows up fully, we want to count 5 or 6 white flashes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming up. There it is, 5. Then I start moving forward and speed boosting. This will auto-time it to where you will instantly kill phase 2 as you're running. And then you can store the spark, right? After that, you don't really care about the X here. You just want to get close to it to the left side, like this. Anywhere here is okay. Then the X will start turning black. Right there, the X has turned black. This is my visual cue to return to the right side, over here, and then start winding up a spark. That's it. That's your first spark. After that, you want to flash shift forward, take damage on purpose, go into its model with your iframes, and then do a turnaround spark. Boom. There you go. Very fast, very quick Gozuna Kill. That's literally it. There is no secret. You don't have to do any jumping over Gozuna. Nothing like that. That is the kill. I saved 32 seconds here. Unreal. My last Gozuna Kill, I believe, was a no spark, completely normal Gozuna Kill. So it makes sense. This run really could have been world record. Like, it could have been all boards world record. Standard world record. It's okay. Oh, man. I hear myself in the background here being like, I'm okay, breathe. Like, I'm so nervous at this point because this is an earth-shattering PB pace. Like, beyond anything. So here, you do the same thing you did on the way out of Elon, right? And you want to let go of the charge. Oh, I forgot to explain on the Elon speed keep. I'm so sorry. You let go of the charge by pressing R, right? You load a missile. So at the middle section, when you pass the mid section right here, you let go of your charge. I'm so sorry for forgetting that. I'm gonna probably add I'm not gonna add an annotation actually. That doesn't matter. You get it now, right? And it'll open the door, and then you can charge at the end there. You can do the same thing at the end, by and then open the door and save some frames, and then you DT grapple here. And then you're on your way to Ferenia. So my Ferenia movement is actually really bad. So just ignore me. Just watch like B-Dog and you're fine. Especially this speed keep. I actually don't know how to do this. I just wing it every time. So this is important. You get to see whether the wave Emmy is at the bottom room or in this room. If it's in this room, you want to jump, do a full jump here. You're going to keep the speed, don't worry. And then that'll stall enough to where the wave Emmy will drop down to the bottom of the platform. And then you can jump over it with a short jump. And that'll auto-time it to where the door will open when you reach it. That's a missile block right there. You have to shoot that with a missile. And here comes a quick SQ kill, and not the quickest Core X kill. But I don't really care. So the visual cue here is SQ comes in, and you want to reach anywhere here, right? Well, maybe not that far. Maybe like here, right? And then down spark. That's gonna blow SQ to the left, and you're going to bonk towards the right. You flash it forward, and then you do 3 screw attack hits right here. You hold left for 3 hits. After the 3rd hit, you hold right to cross back to the left, to the right side, and then you hold left again. And then you'll hit 6 really quick screw attacks. At this point, you want to be able, if you want to do the 2 cycle with screw attacks only, you want to hit the Core X while it's black, like this, and then respin right here, and then you'll hit again, and you'll get 2 screw attacks in 1 cycle. But I miss it because I'm bad. You can actually spam the respin there and you'll be fine. And you'll 2 cycle it. I don't do it, so I 3 cycle it. That's fine. And that is a quick SQ kill. 16 seconds saved. Sheesh. Okay, never try this speed keep. It's really not worth it. It's really hard. Just don't try it. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know why it's bad or really hard. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's great. You don't have to know. Okay, I'm holding my R button here as I ascend this room to get my storm missiles to load already as I enter this room. This could be a lot better, obviously. It's okay, though. I missed the timing, so I have to go back and kill the X. And then I'm going to Shine Spark into the first Robo. You might be asking me, why don't I Shine Spark the gold Robo? Because it has more HP. That's because I want to kill the gray Robo instantly with Turbo. That'll keep the gold Robo on the top platform. It'll remove pretty much all the time the gold Robo can have to drop down. Right? Notice how it wanted to drop down there, but because the first Robo is dead, it'll stay on the top platform. And that's why I Shine Spark the gold Robo. Or the gray Robo. Okay, just some normal standard movement here. Here, I'm charging my Storm Missile, even like while I'm in Morph Ball, even when I'm leaving the tunnel, I'm holding R. As soon as you get here, you should be able to Storm Missile all 5 blocks. Then you move forward. Okay. These charge shots can be a bit awkward, but if you learn them, you can move through the room in one fluid motion. Here, I do an instant Store Spark to kill the first phase. If you're not comfortable with that, don't do it. I did it in the interest of speed, but it only saves like a second. Coming up, I'm about to do the second fastest wave kill. There's actually a faster wave kill you can do with Turbo that I'm not comfortable with. It's a lot like the white Emmy plant kill. You can do the same on the purple Emmy, but it's really hard and looks really scary, and I didn't want to die, so I didn't do it. But here's the setup for the quickest wave kill for most people. You unmorph, you flash shift to the right to make your back flush with the back wall, and then you just aim up at the tunnel and start shooting. If you don't have Turbo, you can only miss 4 shots before this kill becomes impossible. So it's a lot like Corpius Phase 2. So don't miss. If you have Turbo, it's a lot more lenient because the first shot of Omega Stream does more damage. So you're turboing the first shot of Omega Stream. So here, if I didn't miss a single shot, I would plant there and just kill him. But because I felt like I missed it, and also I didn't charge instantly, like even here, right? At this point right here, the enemy is considered dead. The faceplate's considered broken right there. I was a bit late, so you slide under, and then you kill him here. And this saves 8 seconds on the split, but because you have to take the morph tunnel to go forward, that'll lose you like 5 seconds. So the kill by itself only saves like 3 seconds in the grand scheme. Yeah, we take the morph tunnel here. This is a lot slower than taking the normal way. So you're going to lose like 5 seconds there. Right? My movement there is pretty chunky. So here you want a speed booster through the big robot. And then you want to jump and morph into the tunnel. I missed the timing. It's pretty precise. I missed the timing, so it is what it is. I lost a second here because I didn't skip the cutscene properly. Here you flash shift twice, and then you slide morph under the Robo. Or just slide under the robot. Doesn't really matter. And then you just get to the next room. If you don't have turbo, I would strongly suggest for to get past the shield, use storm missiles. Get 4 locks twice, I believe, skips the shield on red Chozo. On gold Chozo, I believe it's 3 full locks. Okay, we don't even need to watch this. Not really important. Right here, I jump, flash shift once, and then it'll automatically time to where I grab the ledge instantly. 2 flash shifts, charge a power bomb, go through. Right here, charge another power bomb. You always want to charge a power bomb going through doors like this, because if you transition to the next room, your power bomb timer actually restarts. So you want to charge the power bomb in the room before every time. Right here, these robots that spawn in these parts, if you kill them with a power bomb, they'll never drop a power bomb. If you kill them with beams, they'll drop they have a chance to drop power bombs. So there I messed up, and I didn't shoot them immediately to get them to drop power bombs quickly. So I have to waste like 5 seconds to get power bombs, or like 3 seconds here, I guess. I have good RNG. Right? I messed up the speed keep here, so I lose a couple seconds. Oh, yeah. You don't need to kill this Robo, just jump over it, then you can grab the grapple. And here comes Gold Chozo. At the start of the fight, you can always cheat some damage, like this, right? Without the missile leave, of course, but at the start of the fight, you can cheat in some damage before the shield goes up. Once the shield goes up, you want to do 4 storm locks, like 3 times, and you'll skip the gold shield. I have turbo, so I can do it without it. This is probably one of the ending of the game is where turbo matters the most. So, yeah. It's a little bit funky. Just a little bit. Okay, and then after that, we just go to Ravenbeak. Alright, we're in Iterash now. 1 flash shift to the left, jump up, space jump twice, I think. 2 full space jumps. 1, 2, well, I did 3, doesn't really matter. And then you just air flash shift. Flash shifting in the air goes 2 blocks further than ground shifting. But ground shifting also uses, it can shift faster. However, because this platform is sloped, it's faster to air flash shift because you don't have to cross the slopes. The slopes obviously they count as extra distance if you ever know what slopes are like. So here I'll charge a power bomb before I enter the room, like usual. And here comes the Ravenbeak kill. So, if you don't have turbo on phase 1, 9+1. Or storm locks plus beam mashing on red wave. Here I have turbo, so I don't need to care. I don't really need to worry. I mess up the cross bomb here, but it doesn't matter. With 15 hertz turbo, if you mash your beam here with it, you will always skip red wave or skip gold shield. And then you just pray for good RNG on phase 2, which I get. I get, I believe, 2 Gatlings in a row, and then a hyper cannon. Or Hyper Beam. Yeah, this is great RNG. Okay, here I believe I get double Hyper Beam, which is not better than triple Hyper Beam, but it's still okay. And then I get Sun. You have to obviously Powerbomb it. Alright, and then I get Melee, which I jump over, and then I get Parry, which I air parry. Near the end of the fight, you don't want to take that parry. It'll waste like 20 seconds for no reason. If you get it at the start of the fight, then you take it, and then you use missiles. Missiles in RB3 counter do infinite damage. You'll shred his health. Okay, and here comes Big Chungus Kraid. Big Chungus Kraid, what is it? RB. Pay attention to the steps here. When he takes 6 steps, then you can charge your cannon. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I charge. Boom. Okay, escape. Perfect spin jumping. Perfect space jumping is faster than sparking up. Note that you don't have flash shift because you lose all your Aeon abilities once you get the Metroid suit. You charge a speed booster here because it's faster. Oops. You powerbomb this because there is a right here. There's a claw enemy here that if you just shoot normal, if you go through normally by shooting the bomb block to your hyper beam, you're gonna get sucked by that guy. And it's really annoying. So I use a powerbomb to just get around it. Okay, instead of going left here like most people would do, you shoot this, slide off, and then go right. Here you melee because it's just faster. Okay. There is a funky speed keep you can do here that saves like a second, but I don't do it. So here you want to melee past these, and if you do it correctly, you'll land here and just keep moving. As it like, that's just it. If you do it too early, you'll mantle. If you do it too late, you just won't get it. Right there, when you charge your speed booster, if you do 2 spin jumps or 2 space jumps, and at the apex of your second space jump, you do an instant up spark using B+Y, you'll be fine. It'll skip the cinematic. You don't have to morph spark up. Here you instant spark. You store spark to the left. As soon as you hit the slope, you do 2 spin jumps. You wall kick. And that's it. And that is the full commentary on my 114.09. Hopefully you learned something from that. And I have revealed, through analyzing the mistakes I made, that this could have been a world record. Not just in Rookie, but on all divs. So, I'm going to be grinding the shit out of that at some point. I stream over on twitch.tv/Satora, right? Same as my YouTube name. And hopefully I'll see you in some of my future streams where I try to go for the world record. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot. And please, run NMG. It's a very fun cat. It's very annoying too. But it's really fun. Bye.